So hi, hello, first of all. I'm back. I don't even know like where to begin. I know it's not even that big of a deal. I literally was only gone for like off posting vids. Okay, let's just like sum up everything. I'm just gonna do, this might be like, this vlog today is gonna be super long. I mean, I'm sure you can tell by the time, so grab your snacks, grab your kombucha, grab your cat, like your dog. Coco, what are you doing? Coco jumped up here as well. Please don't knock over my setup, girl. Please, she's smelling the camera. So I'm just gonna go on a quick review. I'm trying to make this 5 minutes in case, just to explain a ton of stuff so that we can all be on the same cohesive page moving forward. And then I have like something I want to talk about too. It's like, wow, so many realizations. Okay, so let's just start. So basically on October 19th is when I went to Mexico. I was there for 5 days. I got back and then I went straight to New York and I got back this last Sunday. And so first of all, I will say, one, I know that like I had less vlogs in Mexico than normal, but I really just needed to like enjoy my time and like relax. Before I went, I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of stressed, I was overwhelmed. I do manage like a lot of stuff, and although like I love it, it's like if I'm not feeling, I don't say inspired, but if I'm not feeling like aligned and good, it's hard for me to get everything done. When I'm feeling good and energized, like I can do everything. Like, I mean, I'm trying to post 5 vlogs a week, 2 to 3 main channel videos. I still go to school, I go to college full time. And then like I'm managing my entire website, plus like my monthly membership, plus like I do consults, plus like obviously like regular life, like taking care of my apartment. I have a kitten, like I have friends, I have my parents now moved to LA, like I have a lot. I work out every day. I'm not trying to toot my own horn like at all. It's just probably a Gemini thing. I like to multitask and do a ton of stuff, but it does get overwhelming if I'm not like in the right mindset. Your mindset is everything. Like your mindset is like a lens you look through life at. Like you could have the exact same day, but your mindset could be different. You could interpret it so differently. Like you could literally have a day where you stay at home, I don't know, cook, write a paper, listen to music, and watch a show, okay? And if you're like in a good mood, like your positive mindset, that can be one of the best days. You're like, wow, I got to relax, I got to cook my meal. Like you could have the best day, be like, I got to recharge my batteries, I'm so glad I didn't have to go like run errands or blah blah blah. I'm so grateful for my like, you know what I mean? Or if you're like not in a positive outlook, it could be like, wow, like I stayed home all day, like I have no friends, like I cook my own food, I really wanted to get takeout. Like it's all your mindset, right? And so it's just gonna be like kind of rambling. I just like have so much I realized, and the next few days of vlogs I'll be like integrating it, because I don't want to have like a freaking 2-hour long vlog being like all my realizations over the past 2 weeks. For me, like I'm very, very reflective. Like I don't know, you guys know, I mean, I genuinely every day reflect on like my actions and like the consequences and how like I'm feeling energetically and how like my life's going and how my friendships are. I'm very, very, I'm not gonna lie, mindful. I'm so mindful to the point sometimes it's a little over analytical, but basically I'm just, where was I going with this? I have a lot of realizations. Like literally if I don't talk to like one of my friends for 2 days, which just never happens, like I'm like sit down, like 2 days in my life, so much happens. Like my life moves pretty like quickly. I feel like also people have been saying this year's been flying by, but like last night I caught up with my friend Stella after not seeing her for what, like 10 days, and I was like sit down, we talked for like 6 hours. Like I don't know, a lot of people I feel like who do a ton of stuff, your just life moves quickly, or I just have so many realizations. Like I feel like I'm always like every day I learn something like new, which is good. But basically I was really stressed before I left, I'm not gonna lie. Like I was really overwhelmed. I had like midterms before while I was trying to still post on my main channel while trying to vlog, but I was really stressed, so I like didn't want to vlog and like create a vlog where I'm not like in a good mood. Like I'm always like, I'm not gonna lie, like so positive and like uplifting and blah blah blah, but like I do have days where I get overwhelmed and stressed too, and I just had so many papers to write, and I was like not being able to work out like every day like I wanted because of time stuff. That's like a big part of my life. Like I really, it makes me feel so much better. Like I'm just very dramatic. Let me see if she wants to sit with me. You want to sit with mom? Want to sit with mom while she vlog? You want to sit? She's like, no. But yeah, so I really needed the trip, and my trip to Mexico was great. I read like a whole book there. I reread a book. You guys saw Ask It Is Given. Like I felt like when I left, like I literally remember when I was pulling up in my like the little car that takes you from the airport from like your travel agency. I was like, I'm setting intention, like I'm gonna leave this like trip of like whatever 5 days like in a better, like more passionate, more excited, in a better mind frame with realization. And like while I was there, I was like meditating on the beach every day. I also got there on the 19th, which is the new moon in Libra, so the first like 3 days carry that energy, so I felt like I was setting a good footprint into my next few weeks, you know? And so I was like, I don't know, I feel like I had like a lot of realizations about, I mean, everyone has these realizations, but about like kind of like what you will and won't tolerate. And I feel like I'm already pretty like strong in that, but sometimes like all my friends tell me, this is like literally a common theme, if any of my friends are watching this, they'll probably text me right now, that I'm too nice. Like every single, like my mom tells me that, Ollie tells me that, my friend Sam tells me that, like everyone tells me that. And so I guess I had like this realization, not that I should be like rude or anything, like I'm so nice. Yeah, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but like sometimes I'm like a little too nice, and even I will admit. But I just had like a realization of stuff I will and won't tolerate in friendships, relationships, things like that. And like I became like so like clear and confident in like my energy and like, I don't know, like what I have to offer and things like that. Like I was like, dude, like I'm not gonna put up with like all the stuff. Like I would always give people the benefit of the doubt or be so nice and like just try to see, like, I don't know, I'm a little bit more like actions speak louder than words. I've always like known that, and I learned that last year. End of last year, I learned that so hard. Like, and I was talking about this with my friend Stella as well, like people can say anything to your face, like, and I learned that, and I was so naive before when I was super young, maybe like 18. I'm like 20 now, which is still young, but like amount of like I feel like spiritual work I do, I feel like I'm going through life lessons really fast, which is good, and it's like I mean, I guess it's a good thing. But like I learned finally, like at the end of last year though, that like people, I'm telling you guys this, like people can say anything they want to your face. You need to look at their actions. Like I've had people literally look me in the eye and tell me certain things and then not follow through with any actions. Like someone could be like, I care about you, I love you. Like I could say that to someone, like it's not hard to say a few words, but then look at their actions. Like are they reaching out to you? Are they showing you that they care? I feel like there's this quote that's like, if you have to ask if someone cares, they don't care. I know it's like kind of harsh because obviously there can be miscommunication, but I never, for example, had a doubt. Like I've never been like, oh, does Ollie care about me? Like knock on wood. But you know what I mean? Like, or like, does this like people who you know, like you wouldn't even ask that. But I feel like that got re-ingrained in me again, that like actions speak louder than words. That wasn't in Mexico though. That's like a little, okay. So basically, that was really great. I left Mexico feeling so good. I was like, bitch, like feeling so refreshed. I got back. I was here for 1 day and I had to do so much stuff. I like had to write a whole paper, a research paper for my ethics class. I had to like edit, I had to do so much stuff, and I ended up staying up super late that Wednesday, and then I flew out, to New York super early on Thursday morning, and then so I got to New York, and throughout like those few days, I had smaller, like, okay, so another thing is like whenever I have like weird, like little, I used to do these rants, not rants, but like these like reflections a lot more in my vlogs in the summer. Like I don't know, because I was just like talking so much, I had so much reflection. But what bothers me is like, what would bother me, I'm not complaining, but like I know I put my life online, like who am I to say? But if I ever shared like a story, someone would be like, oh my god, like what's this about, like sometimes you have realizations without like a big ordeal. Like sometimes like I don't know, like in an hour you could just like realize something randomly, or in meditation, like whenever I'd share stories, people would be like create all these like assumptions about what it was about, and that would honestly piss me off, because so many of the times it's so funny how far off the comments are from like the assumptions from what's actually going on. Like it's so crazy, and I feel like you need to remember, people say this, but like vlogs are only up to, even mine are long, so I'll say 30 minutes of my day, and I'm very, very open and honest with you guys. Like I don't create like a fake act, like I show you my literal life. Like I never create like a fake facade and then post that and then live my life. Like this is literally what's happening. But like it's still, people, you don't know someone's entire life, you know what I mean? So keep that in mind. But basically, yeah, so I went to New York, had the realization one more time, like re-ingrained in me, that like nothing traumatic happened to me. Like I feel like I get scared to because people are gonna be like, oh my god, what happened? Like I'm great, I'm probably like literally the happiest I've been all year, knock on wood. So it's all good. But like I just have a lot of, every day like I'm just, like I said, a little too reflective. Maybe like I journal every day and I just like think about like what I learned, because I feel like every person or situation comes into your life for a reason. Like I truly believe that, even when you're like, huh, like what, bitch, how, like what is this? I still feel like there's always something to learn, and I always think that like what's meant for you in any like circumstance, relationship, job, school, whatever, will stick. And so I feel like I've gotten a little less like, I don't know, like sometimes if something wasn't working out, I'd be like, I'd try to control it, be like, no, like I can make this better, like I can fix this on my end, or I could, you know what I mean, like I would be the one who'd be like, let me make this work. And it's like, I'm not like that anymore. Like I always put my full effort into something, but if something's clearly like not working, or not, like the energy's not sticking, I just like let it go, because I feel like what's meant to be stays. And like all my greatest friendships, relationships, opportunities, everything, like it's not been like a power struggle or anything like that, you know? So I got back from New York feeling so good. I felt like, I don't know, I just like felt this newfound like peace almost. Like I was just like, I've been very chill, and yeah, no, so I really needed the last. I'm sorry I was so much. I know that was like not probably cohesive. I'm just literally free talking. I'm not gonna like edit this like and cut it to make it sound good. Like I'm genuinely just free talking. Also, I'm drinking Teamy. This is not sponsored. I actually fucking love Teamy. I am working on them like in a vlog in a few days, but like I genuinely drink it every single day. So like, just so we know. But yeah, basically that's what's up. And then I got back and I loved traveling. It was so fun, but it was really exhausting on me, and I really did feel thrown off of my routine. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm a very structured person. Mars in Virgo, Moon in Capricorn. Like bitch loves organization. Okay, like I love like my not routine but my structure to my weeks. Like I love the days I go to class, and then I go to spin, and then I see my friends on certain days, and then I film on certain days, and then I have like events, and I like go get like a blowout. Like it's like the small things that like making me feel like, you know, like, and then, like being in my apartment and cooking my own breakfast and like lighting my incense and candles and sitting on my couch at night and like editing while like incense burning and like my diffuser is going, and like, you know, I was just like, I missed like my everything that made me like back home here like in LA, you know. So, and then like now my parents are here, and so I don't know, it's like, it was just like, I was so happy to be back. I got back on Sunday, and yeah, and then basically like the past few days I'm just getting my life together. I've been going to class, I'm doing a ton of schoolwork because I have had a lot to catch up on. It's all good though. Everything always works out, you know. So yeah, like I had to go get everything redone. Like I know it's like, being a girl is like, you know, I know it sounds stupid, but like if you're a guy, you need to appreciate girls, because I had to like go get like a spray tan and like get a blowout, get my lashes refilled, and get my nails. And I know it's like small stuff, and people like, you don't need to do that, but like I like to look at. I'm not looking good for anyone, it's like for myself. And also I have 3 events this week, one being tonight. But yeah, I don't know, I guess I just wanted to like, this vlog's gonna be long, but I'm so happy to be back in vlogging. Also, I broke my camera when I was in New York. I broke 2 G7Xs. They're both on warranty, but it just takes 3 weeks to get them done. So I don't know, this is a mini story time, like through 30 seconds. I had one G7X, I broke it. It would take 3 weeks to get it fixed with warranty, so I just bought a new one because I couldn't miss 3 weeks of vlogs. I know this like sounds like crazy, like bitch, you just bought a new camera. Like I know, I'm a little psychotic. And then like I broke that one in New York, so now we're on this Sony A5100 that I forgot I had. Like got it this year, like brand new. So I'm just messing with the settings, so you can let me know how like the lighting is. I don't know, but so that's that. I'm wearing like this little 2-piece set from Honeybum, and it comes with like pants. But yeah, so code XLPolina, no, it's like Polina 20. But yeah, I don't know, that was like a lot. Now I'm back, I'm gonna be vlogging a ton. Like I just feel I'm in like such a good, like that all of that traveling, I don't know, it's like, it feel like it just kind of like tossed me up and turned me around, like threw me like in a hurricane. And I was so like, I'm in Mexico, and then I'm in New York, and then I'm like here, and then I'm there, and then school, and then like I'm doing writing papers on the plane, and then I'm like, where am I? And all the time zones, like I was like honestly a little like, I was like, bitch, where am I? But like now I feel, I don't know, I feel like it was traveling, all people always say traveling like teaches you who you are, but like, I don't know, being out of your element and just kind of like, I don't know, being in different energy, really like, but then when coming back to like your home, it's just always great, you know. And so those are some of the realizations I had, and it was like a long chat. I'm back, everything is iconic. I will be posting a ton. I love talking to you guys. It was weird not to talk to you guys for 30 minutes a day. Like you guys, before I cut down my vlogs, sometimes they're like 50 minutes. Like I take 50 minutes out of my day somehow to talk. It doesn't feel like that long. Also, I woke up this morning, my throat hurt a little bit, so I got so alarmed. I like took tart cherry, I took like a spoonful of Manuka honey. Well, it's not even dry me for that. Like, and then I drank like all this tea. I took counterattack. I went to drink like an emergency packet. I'm also making like breakfast right now. But yeah, that was like all the stuff I like learned. There's so much more I could go into. This is like a quick summary. There's so many like little things in what I said that I would want to like expand upon, so let me know. Like, because you guys are so freaking sweet. Like whenever I talk about like more like life stuff, like sometimes in my vlogs, yeah, I'll be like, I'm doing this X, Y, and Z, like this is what I'm doing. So some cool stuff I got, which you guys like that too. I love watching that too. I'm like, oh, I want to know like cool new makeup or clothing, whatever. But like I feel like live talks are so great too. And I was like looking back at my channel on this vlog channel, and like especially like in July, August, I was like talking so much about like life. Like I was doing like so many talk about manifestation and like lessons I was learning, and those are the videos that people would like message me on Twitter or Snapchat, be like, this video like helped me, this is exactly what I needed. And so I obviously want to just integrate more, because sometimes I like have so much to share and I like doubt myself. I'm like, do I really want to like put out like my, because like I don't know, it's just, so basically there's this book I read it a while ago. It's called Daring Greatly: The Power of Vulnerability by Brene Brown, and it's just so crazy this all came up yesterday. I was in class and we had like a guest speaker come in and he was talking about this book. He like brought up and said, has anyone read it? And like no one raised their hand. I didn't either, but like I read it, I love it. I should have raised my hand. And then I was talking to another friend last night and he was like, oh, have you read this book? And so it's just so crazy because like this book keeps getting re-brought up, and I like read it like maybe in July, so like recently. Basically talks about vulnerability, and we were talking about this in my pro-social communication class, which is such an incredible class and like something that I feel like everyone needs to take. That like it's so crazy that people are out here like living their life with no like don't know how, without like understanding like the behavior of people or interpersonal communications. People have such awful communication skills. It's like scary. Like basically the whole class, this pro-social class, is just kind of like, I know it kind of sounds complicated, but just talks about it just learning how to be like communicate in a good way that's like inclusive and like courageous, and like being like a good communicator, but not in the sense that you can conduct like a great speech or persuasive essay or something like that, but in a sense that it's like you move people and you are inclusive with people and you like bring people together. That's what the whole class is kind of about. And he talked about these three. I'm sorry this is like so long, you guys. Maybe like I'll start, maybe this will be like its own separate vlog, and then I'll vlog later today too, because like this is really long. So okay, maybe that's what I'll do. So I'll just post this vlog just so you guys can like update you, whatever, and then today I'll start another vlog for my actual day. But I'll talk about this a little more. I'll just keep going because I have something like kind of important to say. But basically you talk about how like you only can connect with others when you're vulnerable, in a sense, because that's like the only time that people can open up to you. So basically the three things this guy was talking about, which I really liked, like everything always happens in the weird, like everything is always happening in divine timing, and like these small things remind me of that. Like I got back, I went to this class, and he was talking about the exact same thing I was just talking about with like my mom, and then like he brought up this book that like someone else brought up the same day. Like everything kind of like, you know, is cohesive. And so basically, yeah, vulnerability, like it's scary because so many times you'll be vulnerable and it's not going to be reciprocated, or you'll, I don't want to say get hurt, but in a sense, you know what I mean? And so, because it sounds all cute and sweet when you say like be vulnerable, like open up, like make good connections, like life is peachy keen, like don't we all love apricots? Like that's the vibe I feel like when you hear people say like be vulnerable, but like it's not like, you know, it sounds so like in theory, yeah, be vulnerable, like open up, you know, but it's like it's not like that, because there's times when you're vulnerable and it's like not reciprocated, or like it doesn't go anywhere, and you literally just like opened up and gave like, oh, peace to yourself, like you like, you know, opened up to someone and it just like it didn't evolve into anything, or there was no like positive outcome, and now this person's like living their life knowing these things about you. But I don't know, it's kind of like a toss-up. Like I get mixed in between. Sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, like yes, like vulnerability is the only way to connect with others, and then sometimes I'll be like, oh my gosh, like am I literally sharing too much? Like why? I don't like, why I need to be like more, I don't say guarded, but it's like, what, this person doesn't deserve to know this about me. But basically in the class, the speaker is talking about like three things that everyone, like he does a ton of research. He's done like research in comm for like 30 years, and he came to this like conclusion, which I actually agree with. It's like that people need three things in friendships or relationships or in pro-social communication. A person needs to feel listened to, recognized, and valued. And so like I guess I'll describe what that means to me. He didn't really go into it, he just wrote it on the board, and that really resonated with me. And I was talking to my mom about that, and it's like if you're missing one, okay, so it's like you have all three, that's like such a healthy relationship. Like that's like 10 out of 10. That's like what you should be aiming for to have in your life, like those three things, the other person. And a lot of times you'll sacrifice one or two. Most people, he says, like if you have one or two, you try to cling on because you try to justify not having the third by the other two. And if you don't have any of them, that's when people usually won't even be involved. Like most people have enough dignity to not be with someone who doesn't give them any of the three. So like listening, like listen to, like, you know when you're talking and someone cares and someone doesn't care. Like I know when I'm talking to someone and they're like invested in what I'm saying and like listening and asking questions, and like not to toot my own horn, but like I feel like I'm a good like, so I'm a good person to conversate with. Like I have a lot, I'm a Gemini, like I'm ruled by Mercury, bitch. Like I have so much to talk about. I can hold a conversation, like I know I can talk about a variety of topics, you know what I mean? So you know, so it's like that's, if someone's like not reciprocating a good conversation, that's for me like I can't, you know. But basically like listen to, you know when someone cares about what you're saying, you know when someone does it, and it's so like obvious. Like have you ever been talking and you realize that what you're like, the other person does not care about what you're saying, and in that moment you're like, do I continue this friggin' story, like because they clearly don't care? Like that's like one of the most disrespectful things. Like And a lot of times you like let it slide and you're like, oh, blah, blah, blah. Like, no, like if someone's not listening to you, bye. Like for me, like my new things, like my friendships and relationships have to have those three, or like I'm not investing my time, like sorry. 2 is being recognized, like recognized for like who you really are. So like that's kind of a more abstract one, because like I don't know how else to give this in an example, but let's say like this is like the easiest example I can create. It's maybe a little stupid, but hopefully it'll paint the picture. So let's say someone's like a cute little blonde girl. Okay, like I'm not using me as an example. I'm not saying I'm a cute little blonde girl, but like I'm just trying to create this like image. Someone could just be like, oh, she's like cute and like pretty, like oh so nice just to like hang out, like look at, like take pics with, like whatever. But this girl could be like, let's say she runs like a non-profit, does like protests, like has like a farm, like a vegan farm, like helps the homeless every week. Like let's just, she's so well-rounded, plays tennis with the elderly. Like I'm just trying to create like an example. So if someone who recognized her would like recognize her for like, oh my gosh, this girl's like incredible, like they wouldn't be like, oh, she's just like a cute pretty person who I can take pics with. They're like, oh my gosh, this girl is like so talented and so like ambitious and so like down to earth and helpful and understanding and caring and empathetic, and you know what I mean. Like that's like being recognized, like someone who recognizes for you, like you know when someone knows who you are. Like for example, I don't know, like I think about like my close friends, I feel like they definitely recognize me for like who I am, you know, versus just being like, oh, you can tell, I guess, I don't know, I can tell how someone like views me like right away, you know. So someone who recognizes you, like you know when they like truly understand the full you, like you know what I mean. Like for example, like your close friends, you always say like they know me, like no one else knows you, like your best friend. So someone should like recognize you kind of like in that way. And then 3rd is valued. So like valued, like this is like I don't want to say the complex one. It's kind of straightforward but also can be complex. You can tell if someone values you. Like if someone values something, they care and they will put effort. Like the easiest example I can think about for this is texting. Like I know it's like a silly example, millennials were so annoying, but like if someone cares about you, like they'll take the time to message, even if it's like 1 or 2 texts a day. If someone cares about you, they'll reply to your messages, they'll reach out, and you can make all excuses you want. Oh my god, maybe they're busy, maybe they got stuck in a truck in Idaho and then the potato fell on their head and then the driver took them to Canada and his phone's dead and then he couldn't find a charger and then 70, like you could make whatever you want. Like my thing is, it's life's like a little more straightforward. If someone cares, they will make an effort, you know what I mean. Like there's just no excuses for that. People just always like try to make all these excuses. Ollie and I were talking about this before. Like people are pretty like sometimes like linear with their actions. Like yes, people are complex in their like, you know, outlook and psychology and what like the childhood stuff that they had happen to them, which shapes their relationship now. But in actions, people are a little more straightforward, you know what I mean. And like if someone cares, they're gonna reach out. If they care, they're gonna try to hang out, you know what I mean. It's like very like straightforward like that. So you can tell someone values you by like by how they're putting in effort, because you put in effort to things you care about. It's 100% true. Like I don't know how else to say that. Like sometimes you have to just start being real with yourself and stop making excuses for people who clearly don't like value you, you know what I mean. And I will throw in like I think respect kind of goes into the value kind of part, because like you can tell someone respects you or doesn't. And I don't even know what an example to think about that is. Like I think that's very straightforward. Like you can tell how someone treats you if they respect you or not. It's like so obvious, like you know what I mean. Especially I don't know, I think it's easy to see in like guys especially. You can tell someone respects you or not, you know. So those are the 3 things. And so like if someone recognizes you, listens to you, and values you, like that's like a well-rounded friendship. And I think about my best friendships and relationships, and all 3 of those components are there. And if one's ever missing, we try to like justify that by the other 2, you know. And so like look out for that in your relationships. I know, just something really interesting I learned, and like not that I learned it was new, but it was like kind of nice to see like on a mind map in a sense, you know, because I always like knew what like little thing. Also like why am I in my bathroom? I wanted to sit somewhere and I felt like cozy here, so I'm sitting and my tripod is like a bunch of masks. But yeah, like I don't know, I just it was like it all kind of just, it was just like a realization I had lately. And I was talking about this just with Stella last night and my mom, and yeah, like it was just, it's so crazy. Those are like it's easy to put into words. It's hard to like be like, oh, why don't I feel good in this relationship. It's hard to like you can pick out little things. Sometimes it's hard to like put together what it is that you don't like, but I feel like having this like mind map of those 3 things kind of like really sets it straight for me. So yeah, that was such a long ramble. I talked so much, you guys. This is 24 minutes long. Like holy shit, like, why do I talk so much? So I hope this was like a good update. I'm gonna start a new vlog today in like basically of my day rather than just like this update. It's kind of like a life update. But if you watched all 24 minutes of this, I love you guys so much. I don't want to cry, but like I genuinely love you guys so much, and the support I get from you is insane. Like on all my Instagram photos, you guys are all like in on the Luelle jokes, and like it's just so crazy that like we have such a big community of people who like who get it. Because sometimes I know a lot of you guys will email me or message me being like, I feel alone, like no one in my town is like gets it, or like cares about the same stuff as me. I get those emails so much and messages, and just know like even if I don't reply, like I saw it, it's just really hard for me to reply to every single one. I'm not just saying that to be like but like I want to reply a thoughtful reply, and I couldn't, you know what I mean, like to all the emails and messages and tweets and DMs. It would take me literally all day to sit and like write nice thoughtful paragraphs. So that's why hopefully these vlogs I can kind of like address common themes I've been seeing and kind of give you my like input, you know. But yeah, like it just, I'm so grateful. And yeah, those are some things I've realized I thought maybe it would be helpful to like talk about it. I don't know, I feel like when you talk about something, it kind of like ingrains it in your mind, and then you're like more it's not more evident in your life, but you have the filter is almost like cleared again in your mind. So when you like live your life, you can like see the things and components more clearly. But yeah, I don't know, those are just some things I have realized. I am back better than before. I feel so good to be home. I feel so good to like just be in my environment and cook my breakfast and get my nails done and do my schoolwork and just talk to you guys, and I'm so excited. And yeah, so I have a really fun day today. I'll start a new vlog for it, but I hope you guys found this helpful, and you can let me know your thoughts. I'm back, and I love you guys so much, and yeah, let me know your thoughts.
So sugarcoat me and your energy, sugarcoat me and your fresh like a breeze in the sauna. Yeah, I can get whatever when I wanna. Yeah, tryna get around and beyond the candy that's around Willy Wonka.